Okay, so now I want to talk about the process of inoculating these seeds. Uh, Anytime you're planting a legume, you're going to want to make sure that that seed either is pre-inoculated or inoculate it yourself. Legumes have the ability to fix nitrogen into the soil and create their own nitrogen source. But to do that, they have to have special bacteria on their root systems that help them fix that nitrogen. So anytime you're planting iron clay peas, soybean, clover, uh, even garden beans, in your garden, it's going to be really beneficial if you get those seeds inoculated. Um, so today for this mix, we're going to be planting the iron clay peas and the lab. Um, and those just happen to come from the same inoculant class. When you buy your inoculant, different types of seeds require different inoculant classes. So, like your inoculant for soybeans is going to be different from clover, and also different from like these iron clay peas. So, make sure you check, make sure you're getting the right inoculant. Your local feed store should be able to help you with that. Also, make sure you check your seed labels and make sure that they're not already pre-inoculated. And if they are pre-inoculated, make sure you're doing the math to make sure that your seeding rate is factoring in the weight of that coating. So if your seed rate calls for 50 pounds per acre and your seed is pre-inoculated, you can't just buy a 50-pound bag and throw that out there because you got to factor in the weight of the inoculant. So, but in this case, we don't have to worry about that. Our seed is not pre-inoculated, so we're going to be doing that ourselves here today. So what we have here is our inoculant slurry. We just followed the directions right off the pack here, which calls for about 8.5 ounces of water for 50 pounds of seed. We also included a little bit of sugar in here. 8.5 ounces is about a cup of water, so we put about 1/4 of a cup of sugar to help this inoculant stick to that seed. So we just mixed up our slurry here, got it to a pretty liquidy, but not super runny consistency. And we're going to use this bucket here to actually mix it into our seed, and then we're going to spread it out here on this old bed sheet and let it dry for about an hour. When you let it dry, you want to make sure that it's out of direct sunlight and in a cool place. Sunlight will actually kill the bacteria that's in this inoculant. The UV light and the heat will kill your bacteria, so you'd be wasting your time. So just make sure you do this in a cool place. But we're going to go ahead and go through this process now. can work this in with your hands. It's not going to hurt you. Might get you a little bit dirty, but I don't know if you can see it on camera from back there, but if you look at these seeds, once the inoculant is stuck on here, you can actually see the little black speckles of this inoculant. So you can check to make sure that your seeds are properly coated. get the idea. I'm not going to sit here and make y'all watch the rest of this process, but once you coat all your seed, sit them out here and let them dry in the shade, and then we'll be ready to plant.